Hello everyone, so today I will share Korean food recipe that you can try at your home. Check this out.
Flakiest Chinese Scallion Pancakes. Kanyubing, also known as Scallion Pancake or green onion pancake, is a Chinese savory, unleavened flatbread folded with oil and minced scallions. Unlike Western pancakes, it is made from dough instead of batter. It is pan-fried, which gives it crisp edges and a chewy texture. Many layers make up the interior, contributing to its chewy texture. Variations exist on the basic method of preparation that incorporate other flavors and fillings. Scallion pancakes are served both as a street food item and as a restaurant dish. They are also sold commercially, either fresh or frozen in plastic packages. Variations. Other ingredients, such as chopped fennel greens and sesame seeds, are sometimes added with the green onions. When using garlic chives, jukai, these pancakes are called gukaibing or jukayubing. In Taiwanese cuisine, egg pancakes are sautéed with egg coated on one side and the dough is thinner and moister. In North America, the pancakes are often served with soy sauce, hot chili sauce, or Vietnamese dipping sauce. History. There is a story in China that suggests pizza is an adaptation of the scallion pancake, brought back to Italy by Marco Polo. A humorous newspaper article, that also includes Marco Polo inventing cheese fondue when he is lost in the Alps and wants to eat Chinese hot pot. Marco Polo missed scallion pancakes so much that when he was back in Italy, he tried to find chefs willing to make the pancake for him. One day, he managed to meet a chef from Naples at a friend's dinner party and persuaded him to try recreating the dish. Marco Polo suggested the filling be put on top rather than inside the dough. The change, by chance, created a dish praised by everyone at the party. The chefs returned to Naples and improvised by adding cheese and other ingredients and formed today's pizza. The first recorded use of the word pizza dates from 997 AD, more than 250 years before Marco Polo was born. I did some sleuthing online and found hundreds of thousands of recipes for scallion pancakes on the internet, blog, chefs, videos. The occasional measured out recipe, and over the course of a week I made multiple batches, tweaking the results each time. Throughout the process, I discovered a few key tips. Tip number 1, to get flaky, distinct layers, use an oil/flour paste. I used to brush the layers with oil, but the trick I found was to instead spread a mixture of oil plus flour, stirred into a thin paste. This is called yusu. I add the chopped scallions and pour the hot oil on top to briefly sizzle and release the aromatics. Using the paste means oil won't leak out when you roll the dough, it leaves your countertop a lot cleaner, and creates distinct layers in the scallion pancakes. Tip number 2, use hot water for the dough. For the dough, first pour boiling water onto the flour and stir with a pair of chopsticks until it forms flakes. This is the tang technique. The hot water denatures the proteins in the flour and minimizes gluten development, which is what we want for dumplings or scallion pancakes. Hot water dough creates just the right amount of chew in the pancakes, and the minimal rebound makes it easier to roll out. After the initial hot water, slowly add cold water until the dough flakes form a ball. The flour to liquid proportion is 4 cups flour to 1 1/3 cup water, but this varies based on flour and whether you're scooping or weighing. Adjust according to feel. The dough should be soft, almost too sticky to work with. If your dough is stiff, the pancakes will be tougher and chewier. Tip number 3: how to get that translucent, crackly texture. Chill the dough. After following all those steps, the scallion pancakes I made were close but still not quite right. They had lots of layers, but they still weren't as crispy and translucent like the street version. I wondered if I just needed to use more oil. Ingredients: dough, 4 cups all-purpose flour, ½ teaspoon salt, 1 cup boiling water, ½ cup plus 2 tablespoons room temperature water. Additional flour for rolling/dusting. Paste: 1 cup thinly sliced scallions, green part only, about 6 medium scallions. ½ cup plus 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. ½ cup vegetable oil. 1½ teaspoon ground Szechuan peppercorn powder, or 5-spice powder. 1½ teaspoon kosher salt. Instructions: 1. Combine flour and salt in a mixing bowl. Create a well in the center of the flour and drizzle in hot water, mixing with the chopsticks until large flakes form. Add cold water, a bit at a time, stirring to incorporate the dry flour on the sides of the bowl, until a ball of dough forms. You may need to add more water depending on your flour, but you want the dough to be soft and still slightly sticky. Turn onto a floured surface and knead for 2 to 3 minutes until smooth. Brush the ball of dough with a thin layer of oil to prevent it from drying out. You can refrigerate the dough at this point to let it rest overnight, or continue to shape and layer the pancakes before refrigerating. 2. Make the oil paste. In the meantime, chop scallions and add to a heat-resistant bowl along with the flour, optional spices and salt. In a small saucepan, heat oil over the stove until shimmering, then pour into the bowl. The oil will sizzle as it hits the spices and the scallions, releasing the aromatics. Stir to form a thin paste. 3. Shape and coil the dough. Remove rested dough from bowl and divide into 6 equal portions. You'll be working on one portion at a time. Return the remaining portions to the bowl so they don't dry out. On a clean, floured surface, roll out the first portion into a large rectangular sheet, as thin as possible without the dough breaking. Take a dollop of the oil and scallion paste and smear an even layer onto the surface of the dough using a pastry brush, or a spoon. Coil the dough following one of the 6 methods I describe in the blog post above. Repeat for remaining 5 portions and let them rest for 10 minutes. If you haven't chilled the dough yet, wrap each disc in cling film and rest overnight in the refrigerator. 4. Roll flat into pancakes. Flatten each coiled ball into a thin, 1/4 thick circle with the rolling pin. 5. Freezer option. At this point, you may freeze the pancakes. I usually just cook 1 or 2, and save the rest for the future. Stack the uncooked pancakes on top of each other with wax or parchment paper between, and place in a large freezer bag. Store in the freezer for up to a month. 6. Cook the pancakes. Heat a non-stick pan over medium heat. Brush a layer of oil on the surface of a non-stick pan, then reduce heat to medium-low. Lay one pancake flat onto the hot surface, then cover with a lid and cook for 3 minutes, or until the bottom is golden brown. Uncover lid and flip the pancake, then cover again and cook for another 2 minutes. At this point, check both sides and cook for longer if necessary, flipping once or twice until the pancake is crispy and a deep golden brown. Before removing from pan, you can roughly shove the pancake with 2 spatulas to loosen the layers. Brush the pan with a new layer of oil and cook the next pancake. 7. Cut scallion pancakes into segments or serve whole. Enjoy!
Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe this channel. See you later.